What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle, Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with another fantastic episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you are excited to be here as well. Now, these arrests of different judges isn't the only controversy that Donald Trump has been dealing with. As apparently with Trump and these different crackpot media personalities, there's a controversy around every single corner. As according to CNN, 3 children that were United States citizens were deported, including a 4-year-old that is receiving cancer treatment. Now, at the face value of this story, it looks pretty bad. How could Donald Trump deport children? Especially if they are American citizens. How could Donald Trump do that? Well, the real story is that their mothers were caught entering the country illegally. And DHS asked if they wanted their children to stay in America or go with them to their other country that they are being deported to. And both of these mothers claimed that they wanted their children to come with them, so the children were taken with the parent. DHS gave these women different options. These women could have had their children stay in the United States with a relative, but they decided not to do that. They chose to leave this country with their whole family intact. DHS also had an opportunity to say, no, you don't get to choose at all. We're taking your children away from you, and we're going to put them in foster care because you are an illegal immigrant. That's right, the DHS had an opportunity to separate these families. And if that would have happened, you would know exactly what the media would say. Oh my goodness, Trump's separating families again. This is terrible. But DHS isn't doing that. They are giving these parents options. Because DHS is trying to protect these different children. It's not the children's fault that their parents came in illegally, but we have to make sure that we follow the law. So even though these mothers had a choice on where their kids were going to go, still the media went after Donald Trump and his administration for this, attacking both sides of the issue. First, it was wrong to deport mothers with their children. As NBC News wrote, 2-year-old U.S. citizen apparently removed from the country with no meaningful process, judge says. The process was simple. DHS asked the mother, would you like your kids to come with you? And the mother said yes, and they were sent away together. Did this judge want the baby to come back and then have the baby just stay here and the mother be deported? What was this judge thinking? Second is, well, if the parents are deported, then where are their children? Are we separating families again? As the New York Times wrote, a mother and father were deported. What happened to their toddler? Now, both of these stories were written about the exact same people that were deported, and both of them are arguing different sides. So which one is it? Should the parents stay together and be deported together, or should we keep the children here because they are American citizens? Apparently what these people want is for all of these illegal immigrants to just stay in our country forever. Now, yes, I will admit that some of Donald Trump's deportation tactics have been a little bit controversial, but people are acting like this is the first time in American history that a president has ever deported women and children or anyone at all. And if right now you're fighting for these different illegal immigrants, the simple question I have for you is, where were you when Barack Obama was president? The media even labeled him the deporter-in-chief. I mean, just listen to this advisor to the Obama administration.
Will this administration continue to oversee the deportation of 400,000 people a year?
As long as Congress gives us the money to deport 400,000 people a year, that's what the administration is going to do. That's our obligation under the law. We will be strategic about how we do it, and the number of those folks who are either criminals or recent arrivals will continue to go up. But yes, this is our obligation under the law. You have a community of 10 million, 11 million people living and working in the United States illegally. Some of these things are going to happen, even if the law is executed with perfection. There will be parents separated from their children. We don't have to like it. Congress passed a law, and Congress appropriates funds to implement that law, and the executive branch's job is to enforce it. The president can't say to the Congress, I'm not going to bother to enforce this particular law because these are really compelling people. That's not how democracy works.
This was all the way back in 2011, and you would think that she was a part of the Trump administration. She even claimed that some families were going to be separated. Did the media instantly come out and claim that Obama was an evil, terrible fascist who was separating families? While Barack Obama was definitely criticized for his immigration policy, the media was a lot lighter on him than they were to Donald Trump, because constantly I hear from people, man, I really wish that Obama was president again. Everything just seemed normal back then, and everything was so peaceful, and the only controversy that Barack Obama had was that he wore a tan suit. My response to that is, the norm is for presidents to deport people. My response is, the norms are for a president to deport people that are here illegally. The only exception is, of course, Joe Biden, who just opened up the borders and let people come into our country illegally. Now you might be thinking, well, at least Barack Obama gave people due process. Donald Trump isn't giving people due process. How terrible is that? Well, if you believe that, you're wrong. Because here's the thing, Barack Obama also had trouble with due process when it came to immigration as well. As according to the ACLU, by 2012, the number of non-judicial removals sharply increased to 313,000, which at the time was an all-time high. Did you hear that? Non-judicial removals, meaning that people weren't getting their court dates. The ALCU continued by saying, the Obama administration has prioritized speed over fairness in the removal system, sacrificing individuals' due process in the pursuit of record removal numbers. The Obama and the Trump administration have both used expedited removals to remove illegal immigrants from this country. This simply allows for quicker deportations without going and seeing a judge. Even though both men have used this different tactic, only one has been compared to Adolf Hitler. Only one of them have had circuit court judges file injunctions against him every single time he tries to do something about the illegal immigration problem that we have in this country. Only one of these men is getting articles of impeachment filed against him over his handling of illegal immigration. From a man who is from my home state of Michigan. One of the very first Dockery Docket subscribers actually has a picture with him. Here's that picture. Don't worry, I asked him if I could use that picture before I used the picture. Only one person has had the other side of the aisle begging and fighting for these people to come back into this country, even if they are terrible people, they are gang members, or people that have killed other people. And that person is Donald Trump. The Trump administration has been treated with disrespect about illegal immigration from the very beginning. It all started in 2016 when the media came out and claimed that there were kids in cages, and how could Donald Trump do this when the cages were built before Donald Trump even stepped foot in the Oval Office. The media failed to claim that these cages were built before Donald Trump even took office under the Obama administration. And constantly, you get lie after lie from the media, and I don't believe that we hate the media as much as they do, because both Obama and Donald Trump have deported people. Both Obama and Donald Trump have not used due process in some cases. But still, only one of them is getting criticized for what they've done. Now, I understand that two wrongs don't make a right, and the process for deporting people isn't always the best. And I wish that there was a better way. But we just can't have people entering our country illegally like this. We have to remember that every single president has dealt with this issue, from Trump all the way down to George Washington. And Donald Trump shouldn't be the only president that is criticized for something that everyone does. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.